Sean.
Marco.
We are here to deliver a message from the RSA conference team.
It's an important message from our friends. RSA Conference 2025, just around the corner, where insights drive action, solutions emerge, and community connections spark innovation. You'll be there. I'll be there. We invite everybody else to be there April 28th through May 1st. You can secure your spot at rsaconference.com/ITSPMAG25. That's ITSPMAG25. See you all there.
I'll be there. See you there. All right. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Let's do it. All right. Sean, this is amazing. We're in Orlando, Florida.
We are in Orlando.
It's in Florida, right? That Orlando?
I think that's that Orlando.
Okay.
I was trying to think if there's another one that we can mess
No,
with.
I was just kidding with you. No, exciting to be here. Threat Locker event, big event.
Zero Trust World.
Unexpected to be so many people we know.
Right.
As a matter of fact, even our guest today, we already got a chance to talk to you.
We've run into each other before.
Yeah, it's always nice. Chase Cunningham, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, this is definitely a good event. It doubles up every year, so they're doing something right.
Yeah, he's right. If you double up every year, he's right.
Yeah, one of the things I've chatting with a bunch of people is that, yes, there are a lot of customers here, but there are a lot of people that just want to learn.
Yeah.
And a lot of IT, not just security. So it's a really good mix of people who need to manage systems, protect systems, and ultimately enable the business. And that's all driven by Zero Trust, right?
Yeah, you get a lot of folks here that are small and mid-sized business. You get a lot of MSPs. It's not the traditional mega enterprise thing, which I think is great.
Yeah.
So you're speaking here.
I did my session today, which was cool. My bar for success is if I don't fall off the stage and no one boos me, and then I win. So I think I got that far.
So you did good.
Yeah, exactly. Batting 100.
How did people left from your session? Because the title is The Grand Delusion.
Yeah.
So I don't know, did it build, did you bring some optimism in that, or what it was all about?
I think the whole session really is on the way that we do things in the space is kind of counter to what we would expect from any other space, and the market is the market because it's a market, right? And then I just really tried to run folks through, here's the reality of the space in which we operate, here's the stuff that is valuable, and here's the stuff that is not. And you should also understand that even the experts, myself included, you should always be asking the experts to kind of give you the data and the proof behind their concepts and theories. You don't just take anything at face value. And that was my whole point, is if you're not doing this, you're delusional. Right.
Are you delusional, Sean?
I'm always delusional. And so I always look at things from an operational perspective and a business enablement perspective. Were you able to touch on any of that during your session?
Yeah, I mean, the whole point too of businesses, especially these folks, MSPs, small and mid-sized business, etc. My point to them is, why would you try and do things an enterprise does when you don't have those resources? Like I talk to folks all the time and they're saying, oh, we're trying to do X and Y and Z. That's what MSPs and MSSPs and services are for. I run my own small business. I don't want to do taxes because I'm not good at it and it's not fun. I have someone that does my taxes for me. Cyber shouldn't be any different.
Right. So how do you wrap this whole vision into the culture of Zero Trust? And I call it culture because I think that's kind of the theme here. It's the fact that its culture is not going to be a technology development that is going to give you the Zero Trust.
Yeah, so I mean, Zero Trust is a strategy, and that's I said it towards the end of my session is, you have a lot of people that will say, oh, well, we don't like the term and we don't like the way that it makes people feel. It's not about calling it Zero Trust. It's about having a strategy that's based on what will make a difference, and then you apply it to your business. And that the great thing about this space, to your point, there is a culture. We've got tons of reference material, we've got tons of growth, we've got tons of things that people can leverage. You should be working towards this, and the proof is in the pudding. I mean, I think Google's a great example. Google moved towards their version of ZT after Operation Aurora. When's the last time you heard about Google having a major breach in the news?
Right. So I forget when we spoke last, but the concept of what Zero Trust is, very vague in the beginning, very, I think, pie in the sky, hard to achieve. Thinking perhaps you had to be a large enterprise with a mature culture, a mature team, a mature set of technologies that you can then tune and lock up to enable zero trust, whatever that was. Things have changed, and I think it's still very different for each organization, right?
Yeah.
Every business runs differently. Some use some cloud software services, other services, some on-prem still, running finance, running manufacturing. How does an organization start to define the culture they want from zero trust? And are there resources for that kind of thing?
Yeah, there's lots of resources from folks like Jason Garbus at Numberline that's put out a maturity model. There's folks from the Cloud Security Alliance. We just published a big guide on small business zero trust. So there's plenty of reference materials. I think what folks should really look at, I personally consider the Verizon DBIR and the Mandiant M-Terms reports like biblical in nature. When those come out every year, go look at what the bad guys were doing that was successful and apply your basic controls to begin to negate that. And if you're doing that, you're applying, the principles of zero trust where the adversary is going to succeed. So do those things and then work your way forward from that. This is a program, it's a strategy, it's going to require time. And people should also be very real about the fact that it took you X number of however long to build your business and this infrastructure and all this other side of it. It's going to take you a while. There's not just going to be flip a switch in your ZT.
Right. On that point, is it kind of like the 80-20 rule where you can kind of get fast forward to a certain level of your own version of zero trust in a certain amount of time, and then it's slow going?
Yeah,
from there
a lot of these problems are somewhat simplistic, to be honest, like bad usernames and passwords. Identity and access management should take care of a lot of that. People clicking on phishing links. I think enterprise browsers or browser isolation is very useful there. Micro-segmentation, very useful. Application allow list, block list, those things. So if you do just those things and you do them in a programmatic, structured, strategic way, you're gaining ground. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, this is not a rising tide lifts all ships. But if my organization is more secure and we survive when things go sideways, that's the win. Right. I can't fix everybody, but I can fix us.
Right, kind of rethink the model that applies the best to you.
Yeah, right.
And you were making the case that the model that everybody's following, especially if you're a small business, medium business, you're following the model of the corporation, you're probably going to fail because you don't have those resources. So why do you think we got where we are now? Like what kind of market methodology or lack of have we?
Well, whoever's first to the problem is always going to define the problem space, and then by that they're going to define the rest of the stuff that follows on. And to the credit of the folks that came in really early, like they thought about things from a big, broad enterprise perspective, and they did a good job of at least like making people aware security was necessary. But the reality of what's transpired and as we've evolved is we've learned from it and we've gotten into a different space. So I think that's where people get wrapped up too is, well, I can't do that, but look, we're not that anymore. We're moving forward.
Right, yeah.
And in today's world with democratization of technology and LLMs and all the other stuff, I don't think people have an argument anymore to say we're just not doing security. You can do it. It's very doable. And if you can't, partner with someone that can.
Right.
Exactly. So as we wrap here, Chase, I believe you're known as Dr. Zero Trust. Right? So I'm hoping you have...
A joke that became a brand.
There you go. Let's run with that. But your view for what's coming for Zero Trust, does it continue to simplify and democratize? And do you find that more organizations get there, or what do you see? What's the future look like? What big changes you think?
Zero Trust is going to continue to evolve and grow, and that's what a good strategy does. The fact that folks like myself and others have been invited to speak internationally about Zero Trust. I'm going to Taiwan in a week or two to talk Zero Trust with them. Second time in a year. I was in Colombia this year talking about Zero Trust. We're going to go to Sweden and Norway and some of those places as well. So it's a global thing, which is great. But the truth of the matter is that this is an evolution of the overall strategic importance inside of the space. And for me, I believe that being secure online is a fundamental human right in today's digital world. Mm-hmm. The way that we do that is ZT.
Yeah. I love it. Well, Zero Trust seemed like a pie in the sky thing a few years back. You see a conference built around it, right? A community built around it, learning built around it. Brands and people supporting organizations get there, built around it. So, Chase, it's always good to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much. It was great to run into you guys.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Looking
Absolutely.
forward for the next time,
Fingers
wherever
crossed.
that is.
Wherever
I
it
keep getting
is.
invited. I get to come back. So yeah.
That's good.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks everybody
Thank
for
you,
joining
everybody.
us here at Zero Trust World. Stay tuned on location with Sean and Marco. There's more coming. Cheers.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is a special announcement. We are heading to RSA conference in San Francisco for our 11th years of coverage, April 28, May 1st.
And as always, we're bringing you keynotes, conversations with organizers, speakers, industry leaders, plus the latest insights from the world of cybersecurity.
And we'll reconnect with old friends, meet new ones, and of course, we want you and your company to join us.
We have a few spots left for full sponsorship and our on-location briefings. You can book yours now at itspmagazine.com/RSAC.
We're going.
And you're coming with us.